What's up, y'all? I am traveling on a quick trip with a budget airline, so I've got to pack everything into a small bag. You know, those budget airlines, now they're charging for carry-on. This flight that I got is very cheap. I am not doing a carry-on. I'm just doing a personal item. I'm going to show you 5 bags that I take with me on this kind of a trip, so you can pick one that you like for yourself, and I will show you exactly how I'm packing this thing out. But first, this episode is brought to you by Nomadix. Nomadix make high-performance, sand-resistant, quick-drying towels that don't end up taking a bunch of space in your bag. Now, here is my hot yoga towel from them that I've had for maybe 3-4 years. This thing has been through, I don't know, 150, 200 washes. I've used this religiously. Super quick drying. Doesn't take up any space. I love to just walk around with this thing. It feels great. It's nice to be, this isn't even their ultralight towel, which fits in an even smaller space in your bag. One of their more popular towels is this one, the map of the national parks in the United States of America. What a great idea. To every time you went to the beach, you kind of got to familiarize yourself, or your kids do, with something like this. Nomadix make an amazing product. Like I said, this isn't even the ultralight towel that fits into an even smaller space. If you're a traveler and you want to bring something more than just their like tiny towel, which is just a micro thing, Nomadix make one of the better products, and I just happen to have been using this for several years. Check out the link in the description. I'll see if I can get you a discount when you use my link, or maybe there's a code there. Shout out to Nomadix for sponsoring the channel. First of all, some bag options. This one from Track. All right, I'll be linking to all these below. I love the simplicity of this one, but this is elegant. This has a waxed cotton canvas. It is one of my favorite like sizes of a bag. This is a more elevated option to go with. The classic GoRuck GR1 20 liters. This has a surprising capacity, very burly, buy it once, buy it for life kind of thing. I have always loved these straps. Not a whole lot of organization, but that's okay with me because I can use pouches, and I actually don't need a lot of organization. I just have this one big thing on the front here. This is the kind of bag you just go with, and you just don't look at any other bags for the next 10 years. From Bellroy, this thing is just so capable. It is one big zip all the way around, great straps, nice internal water bottle pocket over here, which is kind of nice. I always need a water bottle pocket, and a great tech taco pocket that's segmented here. A lighter weight option from Tortuga, very lightweight, very cushy and comfortable. This is like so comfortable and nice. Weather resistant, just like everything else I've shown you. Good little meshy guys on the side and tons of organization. If you're concerned about weight, this is a good option. The one I think I'm gonna go with on this trip is from Roark. It has multiple accessories, and I'm actually wearing one of the accessories right now. This goes right into here, and it has these wings where I can attach this bag right to the front of this bag, and now I've got 2 external pockets here. This is the Accomplice backpack from Roark. I just like the materials and the feel, and it just has a good look. This is what I'm going with. Water bottle pockets. Let's pack it out. I'll be linking to everything below that I mentioned, so if one of these bags or some of these shirts and pants and things that I'll be showing you here spark your fancy, then use my link below. It supports the channel at no extra cost to you. Okay, let's start packing this thing out. Okay, big tip for you here. Just the tip. Write out your activities that you're gonna do on this trip. It might sound dumb. Just on a phone note or by hand, write out your activities. And the first activity is sleep, okay? You gotta have what you need for sleep. On this trip, I'm doing some hiking. I'll probably do a workout. I'll be working, right? I just make a list of the things that I need to do. The things that I need to do. That is the list of what I'm bringing with me. What do I need in order to sleep? I need a long sleeve. I need an outfit for hiking and footwear for hiking as well as for workout stuff. Those are the same. This is the second tip. You're combining things as much as possible. I need something to lounge in when I'm just farting around the Airbnb, which is also the same as what I'm working in, which is probably, let's be honest, also the same of what I'm gonna wear if I go out, if we go out to restaurants or something. Then the final thing, where I'm going, it can get a little bit chilly at night, so I need some stuff for warmth. So those are my activities. Write out your activities. It helps you make your short list of the things that you need. Then you're gonna pull everything out and just like have it around, and we'll start culling things down from there. The first thing that I want you to do is just figure out what you're gonna wear. What are you wearing in transit? I tend to pick something that I'll be wearing on the way there and on the way back, depending on how long my flights are or how long of a journey this is. Like, that can be important. Also, if I'm bringing layers and stuff, if I'm really compact in the bag, I'm gonna be planning on bringing the biggest stuff on me when I go through security or when I get on the plane itself. So I know I'm gonna be wearing this shirt and these pants, Western Rise, Evolution. This is the one pant that I'm bringing. This is the secret weapon in my arsenal of minimal travel. It is a pant that is easy to clean, like spot clean. It doesn't absorb moisture. It doesn't stain. It is lightweight, so I can wear it in the heat. It looks good like a 5-pocket jean, but it's made from technical materials. And if I'm packing it in the bag, it folds up into something very, very small. One thing like this, right, in a dark blue or like a cream or a sand or something, tan, right? And it doesn't take up very much space. This is a secret weapon for minimal travel, is having a pant that you can bring if you want. The other secret weapon is being able to travel with one pair of pants. I'm gonna be wearing this on the airplane, as well as this shirt, which is my favorite t-shirt. I'll link to this below. It's like, I think it might be wrinkle resistant. It just, like, wrinkles tend to go away once I've worn it for a little bit, and it just looks good on me. And it's plain color, but it has a good, it just feels great. T-shirt, pants, footwear, okay? This is what I'm wearing on the plane. We're gonna talk about footwear. And then merino undies. I'll wear these ones from Unbound Merino. Merino is odor resistant. It's a natural fiber. I think they're hollow fibers. It doesn't absorb the odors of your sweat and stuff. It is temperature regulating in some ways. I find it to be a little bit warmer. But in transit, I tend to wear undies. I tend not to most of the time, Mr. Commando. So, you know, come at me, bro. I'm that minimal. But my body's different than yours. I don't know what your body's like. You know your body. I sweat, but I don't sweat like a lot. I have close friends that sweat like crazy. That's not something that they can do. That's fine. We're gonna find our way that we gotta travel. You've gotta find your way that you have to travel, okay? Remind me throughout this video that that's the point of this. I'm showing you how I travel, but the point is getting to how you need to travel. So, more on footwear. I know I'm gonna be hiking. I know I'm gonna be probably jogging and doing a workout. These are my Earth Runners. I am a minimal barefoot shoe enthusiast because I won't regale you with all sorts of baloney. The truth is, one of the benefits of that is this is my hiking shoe, my workout shoe, my running shoe, etc. Which doesn't take much space up in the bag. Then I need a handful of shirts, okay? I'm gonna go through some of my favorite sort of minimal travel shirts. This one from Cdon is their Trailblazer. It's a synthetic shirt. You will feel it as synthetic on you. I like a natural fiber personally, but you cannot compete with how lightweight this thing is. And it takes up very little space in your bag. It's super thin. This is a merino shirt from Proof. That's also a lighter weight material. It's like small merino. Again, sweat and odor resistant, wrinkle resistant, has great qualities for when you're traveling minimal and you need something that goes beyond. My preference is to wear one of these X cotton tees. That's what this is. I like a black in the bag and a color that I'm wearing. I could wear this, and bring one other of these, and I would be fine. I do athletic stuff in this. I frickin' hike and sleep and live in these. I'm only going for 4.5 days, so that would be fine. And it's important to me that I look and feel good in what I'm wearing, and these are just the ones that I like the most. A button up from Rourke. Rourke also makes this bag. This is not sponsored by them. I just like this button up a lot. It's extremely lightweight. Anytime you're gonna go out and like church it up, or maybe you're doing a river or a lake or a beach day, it's kind of nice to throw a little button up on it. It feels like, oh look, I traveled minimally, and yet I've got a look here. Now back to that sleeping. I always sleep in a long sleeve shirt. I like a long sleeve shirt for sleeping because I can throw the blankets off me a little bit, and it's just one of those things that I like. I'm used to it. I oftentimes will sleep without a shirt, but it's nice to have one. These are bamboo shirts from Free Fly, and I find that they're very thin and lightweight, and they don't take up much space in the bag, but I've got a nice loungy long sleeve. Now this is a long sleeve merino tee, okay? I live in this as this becomes my sweater. I'm gonna show you some layers that I'm taking. This is an important part of that. If I have this on the bottom, or say I have a t-shirt on, then this, then my lightweight windbreaker that takes up no space in the bag, then I'm actually surprisingly warm. If I was going extremely minimal, this would also be my sleep shirt. But I don't have to go that minimal on this trip. So I'll bring these two. I'm gonna bring this guy just in case. I know I want one of the X cottons in there. I'll just bring all of these. This is like the perfect little t-shirt setup. I think this is more than I'll need. See how I'm folding this? There's ways that I could save myself some space. If I pulled everything out, I was almost gonna do it for you, but you know what? When I get there, I like to be able to kind of rifle through my stuff. In fact, for that point, I will actually put my folds forward so I can at a glance just see what is what, like this. You can lay everything out. It's called like clown car style. You put everything out flat, 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 and then you just fold up that thing. It saves some significant space, and you've got one bundle that you're taking with you if you're really packing like tight. Now, there's definitely gonna be some hiking and some jumping into rivers and lakes and stuff like that, so I'm bringing a pair of board shorts and a pair of sort of workout shorts. I can do all of that in just board shorts. I have done it many times. If I was bringing my camera gear, I would really need to consolidate and make this minimal. I'm not doing that on this trip. So I can afford to bring another pair of shorts. Now, for layers, this is an important point. You can either bring one puffy jacket and be done with it, but oftentimes puffy jackets don't have the water resistance. I'm still looking for a great puffy that has that still kind of can fold down, or you just like attach it to one of these straps on the outside of your bag. That's the ultimate. Puffy jackets are so great for insulation. They're awesome, right? What I go for instead is a layering approach. Why? Because I need to be warm enough, and it's nice to have enough layers and warmth, but because you can change your look up. You can get different looks when you have more items that take up about the same or even less space than one puffy jacket. So the first thing that I take will take up some space, but it is this overshirt called the Transit Overshirt, all right? It has great features for temperature regulation. It just churches it up a little bit. I like to take a shirt and just give it a quick little bump on the sleeves. If I did my long sleeve merino with this, I am super warm. Then if I need to, I add this. Just a windbreaker, but it takes up no space at all, and it helps me just be a little bit warmer. It's nice. If there's any sort of wind at all, this traps my warmth inside a little bit more. It has a little water resistance. It's not a full like rain jacket, but I love it because it takes up no space, and it actually looks pretty good. Oftentimes I'll throw this on and throw this in like the day bag or in the fanny pack, and I'm ready to go. I've got a little bit of warmth. With both of these, I just tend to kind of bunch them up and keep them at the top of the bag so I can grab them easily while I'm in transit. Now, the final two items for clothing packs are, I do like to bring a little no-show sock that I can just kind of throw into something, keep it out of the way in case I get some sort of a blister or something's not going right. I almost never use it. And then finally, just a hat that I can put on, I can throw in there. Now, let's talk tech. Here's what I'd like to bring for everyday tech. I've got my keys and a wallet that I keep in my bag just basically for cash and any extra cards I might need. I've got my daily journal thing that I write in when I get some great ideas from Studio Neat, and their Mark II pen, which is a pocket pen. It feels great. I've got 2 AirPods, which I might have to give one to my son because he just lost his. I'm trying to teach some lessons. If I'm doing lots of calls, it's nice to be able to switch over to something, especially if I'm editing videos a lot. It's nice to have 2. Now, these are my favorite. When you're working in a house with lots of other people at an Airbnb, you want something that's just like, hey, don't talk to me, I'm working. And it has Bluetooth noise canceling, like I can't hear you at all. And it's got DAC mode, so I plug it in via USB-C and it's charging. and I'm editing stuff. I do a lot of computer work, so these are my things that I live with and I love. So what I'll probably find a way to do is pack them into the outside pocket here without the protective case. Then I've got my Anker GAN charger, which is USB-C. It has multiples of them, and I just have one cable on there right now. This is my phone charger at night as well. So one thing, super minimal. My phone is USB-C, my computer is USB-C, and this does them both. I always like to have a little battery. This is a little bit bigger than it needs to be, but it has its own little like plug into the wall, and it's got cables for everything. Lightning, USB mini, and USB-C. I will link to this below, and then I have my iPad, which occasionally, like it's like I like to have it. I might not be able to bring it on this, but it's kind of nice when you're traveling to be able to watch something. That's basically all I use this for. That's a little overkill. Why not just use my phone? I probably will. Then you might not like it, but I consider bringing bars and snacks a part of my tech. Why? Because that's what I need to get work done. As, you know, you can't be too hangry. I'm getting a little hangry right now, actually. Then finally, I always have a water bottle with me. This is like a 34-ounce flask from Bobber. I'll link to this below. It's insulated. I like it. It's pretty damn good. It's bigger. I need a lot of water. So I actually like to keep snacks out of the way, but like present. So this inside pocket right here is perfect for that, and I will probably throw my battery in there too. One of the bummers about this is bags like this that have a flap on top. Anytime there's weight in there, it can be nice because it flops it back and then you don't see it. But it's just adding weight there. I'd probably prefer to add the weight down there. In fact, let's do that because this is one of those, you ready for this? This is a little tip. We call it second order access, all right? Things that are nice to have, but I don't want you in the way. This is one of those. It's like, hey, where's that thing? Oh, I have it with me. Instead of like, get that thing out of the way when I'm getting to something that I need regularly. So throwing that into a little bit of a deeper storage makes a lot of sense. I always use a top pocket like this as my quick access. And this one has a nice little like, I don't know, sort of like fleece lined in there that feels good. That's where I'm gonna throw all my like daily things I might need, okay? So that goes there. Big spendy headphones. I'm getting a little rowdy here, but I'm gonna just push, this is nice and felted. I don't like it with them. I'm just gonna plop these in here and then maybe I'll throw this guy back there. Not ideal, not ideal, not my preferred way of doing it. I always gotta make sure I bring this USB-C cable with me. The truth is, in transit, I'm gonna have those headphones on me the entire time. So that's safe enough. I like those headphones a lot. This takes up a bunch of space. I could probably just fit this in there, but it just is a little too cramped. Now, this pocket down here is still open, and what I'm gonna use that for is my super minimal toiletries. Okay, final point here. Toiletries. I want you to think of not just the things that you need every day. I also want you to think of any evening practice type stuff. This is a big trick for sleeping in lots of different places and getting a good sleep, is having some sort of a ritual that you do regularly. My ritual is this simple yoga sequence that I've been doing for the last like year and a half, and it kind of just like cues my body to we're going to sleep. I'm used to that now, right? I also have these face oils that I use, which I'm actually not bringing. I'm not bringing those. I don't use them every day. They're just nice to have. This is minimal enough. This is a little tiny thing from Bellroy. And the only thing to show you here is like what I've got some tweezers, some earplugs in a little Matador case, my relatively large toothbrush. I mean, this thing is, I'm gonna talk about not trap, but this is what I live with. This is my actual everyday toothbrush. Got some medicine stuff, and then this is one thing that I will show you. This is one of those things that you're like, you don't think it's gonna work very good, and it just works so good. It just works so good. It's a little toothpaste container. This pops off at the back, it opens up, and then you fill it with your own toothpaste. I just did it today. I just filled it up. This thing's totally filled up, ready to go. And so I've got my little stuff there. I'll throw it into my little pouch. This will go into the bathroom when I get there. And I'm not bringing my iPad. That's like, look at that. I just decided I'm not bringing my iPad. So that's good. But I actually forgot something. I knew I was forgetting something. Then there's the supplements. All right, this is aligned with that like ritual thing. When I'm traveling, I do like to resource myself just like I would regularly, and maybe even a little bit more with any supplements. So, okay, so I'm making one pile for each day, and this might look like a lot of supplements, because it probably is. I mean, for a lot of people, this is probably a lot. Listen, I'm a 42-year-old man, and I don't like to get sick, and I also want to, like, more than just not getting sick, I want to be healthy. This is kind of interesting. I'll call these out. Bowl Blend and Wild Man from a company called Wild Foods. Wild Food. I'll link to that below. Highly recommend a good magnesium supplement when you're in transit. Magnesium is excellent for, you know, calmness. You take it at bedtime for magnesium and vitamin D. Typically, you take it at bedtime. Oh, it feels so good in the morning when you wake up. It's great for blood flow. Is that too much on supplements? I'll link to the supplements that I use below. If you have questions on this stuff, if I was just taking one, I'll link to this below. It would probably just be a bag full of wellness formula. Just a super good, keep yourself from getting sick pill. It's kind of funny to be such a minimal traveler. I don't even bring underwear, but I'm like, I bring 40 pills a day. All right, with that, I am good to go. This is my travel setup right here. This is it. This is all I need. Throw my hat on. We're good to go. I'm not wearing any pants, so I should go put these on. And my shoes. And obviously, the final bit is the phone with the wallet. This is the Bellroy Mod case. This is my favorite in the world. I've been using it for years. And the wallet can come off. You can mag charge. You can put this in your bag if you're not bringing your phone, or vice versa. And it is how I live my life and work my business from half the time. So this is my minimal setup. I've got everything I need. What do you need? What's missing here? Okay, final pieces. Final pieces on this are what? It's, oh look, there's even more hidden pockets back here. I didn't even know. And I also didn't pack my laptop. I'll obviously be bringing my laptop. The big thing I want you to remember is to write that list of your activities before you go, and let your packing list come from that. Just, that is such a simple little trick. What am I doing? And it starts with sleep. Most people forget to put sleep on that list. It starts with sleep. Other than that, the idea is just get out there, you know? Just get out there and do something different. This is a cheap flight. It cost me like maybe $200. I get to go see a part of the world I haven't spent a lot of time in with a friend, and I get to come back to where I'm from after a new experience. And this happens again and again and again. When you come back from a little bit of travel, you will see your life in subtly different ways, and you can make these little improvements. You can see this little spot to change in your house. You just see how different people live, and then you make little shifts in your life, because you're not done. You're not done yet, right? You're not done. We're still in process. We're still figuring this whole thing out. And boy, does it feel good. Oh, shucks, partner. Boy, does it feel good to get out minimally. Just have a bag that fits under the seat in front of me, and I'm good to go. I love that. Oof, feels good. All right, that's it. I was going to read a little bit from, like, see if there's a ramble, but that's the ramble. That's the ramble. Get out there, come back, and see your life differently. That's the hidden benefit of travel. Beyond just the, like, being there and enjoying it. It's great, having fun. You're in a little uncertainty. You're like, oh, you deal with some stuff. Your nervous system gets to cope with things. You get like novelty and new experiences while you're out there. But then coming back after that experience, you might see your own life, your own place of residence, your own how you're doing things in subtly different ways. And those can improve, not that the point is improvement, but you might shift something that ends up being meaningful. Little tiny, like a 1% shift here down the road can lead to massive changes in our lives. So there's your like Pastor Chase moment. Please use my links below. Shout out to you for watching and for following along. What is your minimal travel tip? Like, what's your little practice that you do that other people don't? Like packing your underwear into a Ziploc bag so you have a Ziploc bag in case you need it later on. That can be useful, super useful. Ziploc bags come in handy so much, right? There's a free one. There's a free one. Be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Bye.